Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler of the Geek Slays. Welcome back to Sports at Sunup. Still getting it right, so that's good. Um, Sasquatch is back. He didn't die yesterday, so that's
I'm
good.
back. Did not die, thankfully.
But yesterday, I did a Vikings offseason breakdown with Bronco. Today, though, I figured we should be kind and do a fucking Cowboys offseason
Them
breakdown for.
boys.
Oh, don't fucking start that shit.
We them boys.
I'll start the fucking skull chant right now. Don't start. Don't start. But, there's some stuff to talk about, how the Cowboys are gonna, continue to block themselves from a Super Bowl by paying Dak $50 million a year. That'll be sick. Apparently,
Okay.
we should start with that because you look so happy about
I
it.
I think that's don't get me wrong. I think regardless of what I've said, Dak is a good quarterback. He's just not worth that much. Not yet anyway.
He's not that good of a
For
quarterback, bro.
all the pieces that he's had and for him to have not for him to have not done anything really with it other than his first season, taking us to the NFC Championship. I mean, come on. And then you want to sit there and lose the next 2 years, barely make it into the playoffs. First off, that second year or the third year, I'm sorry, then not even make it last season. Like you want that much? No.
But he's technically best quarterback you've had since Aikman. I'm playing devil's advocate here because I fucking hate Dak, but I want to play devil's advocate because it bugs you.
No.
Because I mean, in reality, Dak is Kirk Cousins. Like I know because I see it. I am a Vikings fan. I watch Kirk Cousins every Sunday. Dak's Kirk Cousins, but worse because he loses to Kirk Cousins. Like that means he is worse. Like if you look at the stats, Dak against good teams is 3-17 or 19. Can't remember the exact number. But Dak can't beat playoff teams. He will destroy bad teams. But when it comes to playoff teams, he doesn't show up.
I can't say that just with the fact that with the first season. I don't know what happened to that Dak, and I sure as hell don't know what the hell happened to that Ezekiel Elliott. But I don't know. I think Zeke has the potential to get back to that. I think that was just those one of a kind years for a rookie that it just doesn't happen very often. And I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that from Dak since. So
Dak against good teams just isn't. He's not Dak, really.
yeah.
So he's Kirk. That's exactly how Kirk is. He'll shred. If you're not a playoff team or a winning team, he'll shred you, and he'll look like a top 5 quarterback in this league. Then he'll go play the Packers and still throw for 250 yards, but no touchdowns and a pick, and we'll lose by 30. That's what these two guys are.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll move off of Dak because I don't want to give you an aneurysm. So we'll push him to the side. Nothing new there. He was franchise tagged, whatever. He's not gonna sign it, so
franchise
have to pay
tag
him.
30.4 mil.
Well, they're not actually gonna pay him that. He's gonna sign a different contract because he's not gonna sign the franchise tag, and that's fair.
Yep.
Because I see his angle of this is what I've done for you, and I've been getting paid less than $1 million a year to be, even though I think he's a middle of the pack quarterback, a middle of the pack quarterback still deserves more than a couple $100,000 by NFL standards. So, next insane thing is the Amari Cooper 5-year, $100 million contract. That's nuts.
I agree with that 100%.
I get that you got to pay him, but $20 million a year for a receiver, he's not a top 5 guy. You know, he's not. And receivers don't really swing things that big. You can find a good receiver late in the draft.
I mean, I think you got to agree with that because, I mean, you got to look at who the Cowboys, now especially who they've lost. You know, they lost Cole Beasley right before season started last season to Buffalo, which I still hate. You know, now we've lost Randall Cobb. At the moment, there's no what's going on if we're gonna somehow get back Des Bryant. You know, we don't. I mean, we've kind of lost everybody at that receiving core. So I mean, you know, now we've lost a big guy in Jason Witten. I mean, yeah, we got Blake Jarwin, but unfortunately, I hated what they did with that whole situation because as much as I love Jason Witten, Blake Jarwin did not get enough playing time. So it's really hard to say how much he's going to affect filling in that role, being the actual full-time guy now as opposed to going off every other series with Witten, you know. So I mean, right now Amari's all we got. So you got to do something.
See, and I guess my argument doesn't really fit because for like an Aaron Rodgers, you don't need receivers. For Dak, you do. Dak's not going to be the guy to lift up zero receivers.
That's the big thing.
I see why the Cowboys did it, but like because they don't have that guy. If you have Patrick Mahomes, he can work with whatever on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But Dak needs the pieces around him. It's just like Kirk Cousins. He needs Thielen and Rudolph and all these pieces around him, and Dak's the same way. That's why they paid Zeke so much. Yeah, like you said, they gave Blake Jarwin a big deal. The biggest thing with the Amari Cooper contract is he is making as much as like really good like Pro Bowl level starting quarterbacks, and that's fucking wild to me.
He's making, what is it, 20 mil a year or something like that?
Yeah,
average is that right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's the Cowboys. I mean, Jerry has the money.
Jerry knows the way.
Jerry knows the way.
Jerry knows the way.
But yeah, and then re-signing Blake Jarwin for that 4-year, 22 mil. I think he'll do good. I mean,
brought back Sean Lee. Don't know if that matters.
I don't think it matters, but I'm happy for Lee himself because I think this is kind of like, I bet this is his last year. As much as he's been injured, you know, he's basically another Tony Romo, and I hate to say that, but
yeah.
That's just unfortunate because I mean he's honestly was one of the better linebackers in the league during the time, and then all these injuries just started happening, and it's just a shame for what happened to him, you know.
For sure. The other big re-signing that they did, I guess they brought back Kai Forbath. That's a mistake. Trust me, I know. He was my kicker.
I don't know why the hell we got rid of Dan Bailey.
Because Minnesota needed him. That's why.
Fuck Minnesota. Why did we get rid of the most accurate kicker in NFL history?
Well, he's not anymore. He's missed a lot of kicks in the last
I'm just saying. Yeah, because he's wearing purple. He's not wearing silver and blue.
No, it was when he was wearing silver and blue that he had his worst season ever. That's why you got rid of him, was because he did bad.
I don't know.
That's why he was still a free agent in the middle of the season when we cut Kai Forbath and went and signed him. And he did fine. He still was missing kicks wide left for us. So fucking that's some bullshit. But you got a couple of wait a fucking second.
What?
You brought back Kai Forbath, and then also signed Greg Zuerlein.
Yes.
Why?
Back up, I guess. I don't know.
Who needs two kickers?
Isn't Greg Zuerlein like 50 years old or some shit like that?
I don't know, man.
Isn't he old?
I don't know. I don't even. You gave him a longer contract though.
Yeah. Well,
3 years, $7.5 million.
Yeah, and he was with the Rams, and he did pretty good with them.
Greg
so
the Leg Zerline.
Greg the Leg, baby.
Fucking, I can't say his name.
One of the more interesting signings that we did is signing Blake Bell, the old Oklahoma quarterback turned tight end in the league.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah. The old quarterback at Oklahoma turned tight end his last season, and he's had his stints with. I want to say he started with the Panthers.
I don't know.
He's been all over the league. I mean, he's never truly found a home.
Well, he did find a ring last year, though. That's something.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, he might come. He might do something. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Got Gerald McCoy and Dontari Poe, two big-time defensive tackles to fill in those spots.
Yeah, that's wild. I think the deal for Gerald McCoy is going to be one that's soon. Big Gerald McCoy guy, but 3 years that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I'll have to see.
Not getting younger.
I loved him in Tampa Bay.
For sure.
And from what I remember, he didn't have the best time with the Panthers. That's where he was at, correct?
Yeah, he had what? Let's see. He had
what I remember, he didn't have the best time.
5 sacks, 37 tackles, 7 tackles for that. Not for him though.
Yeah, definitely not what Gerald McCoy is capable of doing. 5 sacks is
fine for him because he's older and that's fair.
Yeah, but definitely not what he's capable of doing. And I'm hoping maybe signing with a new team, you know.
Yeah. Whole goal here was to figure out how old he was. Oh, he's 32 going into the season.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be paying him until he's 35. I don't love that.
We'll see.
That's just me. Again, I don't.
But Dontari Poe, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that one I like. I think it's smart though to have Gerald McCoy and Dontari Poe because Gerald McCoy is big, but he's not really a run stuffer.
Since we're talking D-line really quick, apparently.
Don't you fucking say what I think you're gonna say.
Apparently, Randy Gregory has asked for reinstatement.
Yeah. This is actual news that you might not have heard.
2 years.
This is news you might not have heard yet.
What's that?
Aldon Smith.
Oh, yes.
$4 million deal with the Cowboys.
I saw that from the Raiders. Yes, sir. I'm excited about that. Kind of excited to see what he's going to do. I think it's a good pickup.
Could be. I mean, that one is very low risk, so it's you know, that one's fine. Randy Gregory, I don't know. I don't know. He was never that good when he actually got to play anyways, so
he had some good stuff, and then it's just a constant it was just a constant getting suspended and coming back, suspended, coming back. It's just he's definitely not.
He's played 2 years. He played
just stay in the MMA, dude. Honestly,
he played a tiny bit in 2016. Racked up 9 tackles, 1 sack, so nothing big there. And then 2018, 25 tackles, 6 sacks. Still not. Like, I don't know if that's a guy where I look at it and go, I'm super excited that he could come back.
I could care less whether he gets reinstated or not.
If I was a Cowboys fan,
I don't want him on. I wouldn't want him on the Cowboys.
If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd pay more attention to the rumors. This is what I was telling you not to fucking say, but I'm gonna say it. Of Everson Griffin.
Really?
That would be a move. I'd
I
hate
have
it
not
with a
heard that.
passion because Everson Griffin's my guy. But better than going to the Packers, I guess. Or pulling a Jared Allen and going to the fucking Bears. That was rough.
Let me see. Oh, I know, and how we were talking about the fucking Raiders just coming and raiding my Cowboys, by the way. Witten, Malik Collins, freaking Daniel Ross,
Yeah.
uh, Jeff Heath.
Hey,
Like
your guys.
five signings from the Raiders alone.
Um, then let's
And
see. Haha, Clinton
Byron,
Dix. That's
yes,
a move.
that is definitely a move.
Especially for $4 million, dude. That's huge, actually.
That is
He didn't
definitely
have
a
a
good
great year last year. Ever since he left Dallas, or not Dallas,
Green
fucking
Bay.
Green Bay. I was reading something about him signing while saying that. Sorry. Yeah,
You're
since he left
good.
Green Bay, but I think that's a big move, and he didn't
Definitely.
play terrible.
Definitely a good move to replace Jeff Heath, and don't get me wrong, Jeff Heath was honestly really good. I don't think he got the recognition he deserved, but I think Haha's going to be in there and he's going to do some good. He's going to do some good work for us.
For sure, big move there. Um, as we've said before, Travis Frederick retired.
Yep.
That's big
Honestly,
yikes.
I saw it though
Oh,
after
for sure.
after the whole thing he was diagnosed with and he missed pretty much the whole season. I saw that coming.
For sure.
Unfortunately.
Apparently Lyle Collins restructured his contract to save
Yep.
$4 million cap space, and
Yep.
apparently Zeke is restructuring his deal.
Really?
It details are unknown, but it's not expected to add cap space. So I don't know.
Maybe just restructuring how much he's getting paid per year or something like that.
Restructuring the guarantees, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Who
I'm not
knows?
100% sure, but that's.
Interesting.
And lost Byron Jones, your top corner. But I guess, like every year for the past 12, you're going to be looking corner in the draft.
Yep.
You're going to draft another Mo Claiborne. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked? The year that Mo Claiborne was the guy you picked, I spent that entire offseason begging the Vikings to pick Mo Claiborne. So glad they didn't. I was so off on how good Mo Claiborne would be. But I was also like super excited for us to draft Trey Waynes, and he was fucking bad. Like, we can't draft corners, dude. We got Xavier Rhodes. That's it. That's all we could do. I'm hoping Mike Hughes is good. When I was talking with Bronco last night, Minnesota has 2 corners on their roster. That's rough.
They get a lot of reps in the offseason then, I guess.
I guess. Robert Quinn went to the Bears. I don't know if that's a big loss.
I mean, he did some good, but I agree with it.
For the money, he wasn't. Like, how old is he? I think he's 32 also, isn't he?
I think he's younger. He's just a young guy from what I remember.
He's 29.
I was to say, he's just a young guy.
Still, 5 years, 70 mil, not worth it.
I mean, Bears might be able to do some good with him. You never know.
Well, putting him alongside Khalil Mack's going to be fine. Their offense is still going to be shit, so who cares?
Randall Cobb to the Texans.
Who gives a fuck?
I mean, I'm still confused on that move by Cobb himself. I figured with Mike McCarthy coming in, he would have stayed, but
maybe that could be why he left, though.
I mean, that's true too. So who knows?
Also, the Texans, did he make that deal before they traded DeAndre? Because if not, why are you going there?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I'm almost positive. I think that came a couple weeks before that DeAndre Hopkins move.
I can't remember, but you could be right.
I already said Jason Witten to the Raiders.
Ooh.
Malik Collins to the Raiders. Jeff Heath to the Raiders. Offensive lineman Xavier Suafilu. I remember him playing. I don't remember. I can't because if I'm not mistaken, he would come in when Tyron was out and Joe Looney was out.
Yeah,
So
even
I
though
think that's when he came in.
Suafilo was a guard, so he'd come in
Yeah.
for Tyron Smith, and that
Well,
was terrible.
I think what they did was they'd move Joe Looney to tackle and put him at guard, if I'm not mistaken.
Fair.
But then again, like I said, he didn't really play a whole lot anyway, except for that 1 year. So it's hard to tell if that's really a huge loss or not.
And one last big thing is Cowboys are also tied or linked to trade for Anthony Harris. That would be fucking huge. But
That'd be very big.
what can Dallas give up that we'd be like, all right, sure? Because Anthony Harris is 24, and
I'm
he
gonna be
is
honest. Like I don't even know where we're at in the draft. I don't remember I can't remember like if we made any trades like during last season's draft that we could give up. I don't remember exactly what we have that we could.
because I wouldn't. I don't know if I could see you giving up a first round pick. I would for Anthony Harris because he led the league in interceptions last year. Like he is that man. But I mean, they have the 17th pick. I don't know if he's 17th pick worthy. Like I said yesterday morning though, where I think he will go, he's also tied to the Redskins right now. The best move Minnesota could make is trade Anthony Harris to the Redskins for Trent Williams. Get an actual solid left tackle that we've never had before. Go get that guy.
Yeah.
Sure up that line, because having two all-pro safeties isn't a huge deal. It's a luxury, not a.
I mean, I think it'd be for the Cowboys. I think that'd be a smart move. Would be to get
sure.
him. I mean, it's not like we're taking a 30-plus-year-old guy and opposed to that. We're taking a young guy who's been in the league, who hasn't been in the league that long, but been in there long enough and has already proven he
knows the ropes, and he proved last year.
He knows what to do, and he's there to stay.
Yeah.
I
want to see Minnesota keep him, but I don't know if we can afford him.
I think I would give up our first round pick for that, especially
I'd be down with that.
losing
3 first round picks,
losing Byron, because I mean, and I've always said this. Even with Dak, I think offensively Dallas is there, but our defense struggled last year for sure, especially in our secondary. Because like I said, I like Byron Jones, but the fact that he got Pro Bowl still surprises me, because that year when we played the Rams and we lost to the Rams, that Rams Super Bowl year run, he played like ass, and he played like ass that whole season. I cannot for the life of me figure out how he got Pro Bowl anyway.
Just thinking about it, the improvement on your secondary, if you had Clinton Dix always playing deep, because he's not great at coverage. He's a roamer. He'll come up and make tackles, and he's a ball hawk. He cannot. You cannot trust him in one-on-one coverage because he will play the ball, not the man.
Oh no, yeah.
And if he misses that ball, that man's scoring. That's how it works. That's how Stephon Diggs burned him every time they played. Is because the Packers and even the Bears last year would try to get him one-on-one with a guy, and he'd get burned because he'd try to play the ball, not the man. So you can always just let him play deep safety and let Anthony Harris be a cover guy, like a true cover guy, because that's what he does. He's a sure tackle, and he's a great cover guy. I think that would be a huge improvement for your D. And then in the second round, you could go out and still get a corner, because this draft is loaded with corners. Now, most of them aren't going to work out because that's how the draft goes. But
I mean, I think Dallas definitely needs to have a defensive draft. That's 100%. I mean, at least for the first few rounds, anyway.
Minnesota needs defense and offensive line.
I would like to see us get a decent linebacker though too. I mean, I know we have Van Der Esch, and I know we have Van Der Esch, who by far one of the best linebackers, especially in his rookie year, I've ever seen.
Right.
And to come out again and do it, I mean, dude is a phenomenal player. I'll admit, when we first drafted his ass, I was like, who the fuck is this kid out of Boise State? And then he comes up and just absolutely dominates the league.
Right.
And I mean, then Jalen Smith, a hell of a player. I'm happy he came back, but you still, I mean, he dealt with some injury stuff and all that throughout the season. And like I said, we still have Sean Lee, but I'm pretty sure this is his swan song year.
I don't know if this
You
is the
know?
year I'd go for a linebacker though. Unless you keep your first pick, or if you don't make that trade.
I'm talking in the sense of, you know, Jalen getting hurt, or even Van Der Esch. Van Der Esch was out the last 6 weeks of the season with neck stuff. You know, I mean that's scary to think about. You know, so I mean, I think it would be not in the first or second round, but maybe a third rounder.
See, the only guy, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I have not been the hugest draft guy this year. Like I haven't, watched tape like I normally do.
I haven't really dove into like players I could see fitting in with the scheme that,
Like,
and then like I said, if Mike McCarthy does what he did in Green Bay, obviously that's going to be an air raid team. So,
I
but
would, if I was the Cowboys and I'm going linebacker, if you choose to go linebacker, I say you don't go corner in the first round, and that's if you keep your pick. I think you go Kenneth Murray out of OU.
Yeah. Well, I'm basing all this off of the whole Anthony Harris thing happening. By the way, this is me basing that off.
Oh, if you go the Anthony Harris route,
if we go the Anthony Harris route, I want a linebacker.
Fair.
Because just because with Jalen and Van Der Esch coming off of 2 big injuries like that, I think that's gonna. And Sean Lee, it's so hard to tell if he's gonna be healthy or not. We need someone back there, and we need more. And I don't even think that we need a ball track down player. We need someone that's gonna be able to hop back in there and provide some coverage in that middle.
I think if that Anthony Harris trade happens and it's a first for Anthony Harris, because I think that's all it would need to be, either a first or multiple, later picks, I think is how that has to go. So if you trade that first, then I love how that both sets you up well, and that first sets Minnesota up well. Because we could go, because we have 2 great linebackers. We have Anthony Barr, we have Eric Kendricks. But we could shore up that other linebacker spot with a Kenneth Murray at the, what'd I say you guys had, the 17th pick?
Yeah, something like that.
We could shore up linebacker there, and then with the Bills pick, we could go receiver or O-line. I'd prefer O-line. We never draft receivers well in the first round. We could go O-line, then get a corner, and then with our second round pick, go get Antoine Winfield Jr. to replace Anthony Harris at safety. Then we've shored up so many spots because of smart trades with players we couldn't afford. And I think the youth movement would help, and I don't know. I don't want to see...
Kenneth Murray would be a big pick for the Cowboys, in my personal opinion. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, Sean Lee probably going to be retiring, and it's hard to say. It's because I don't remember... Van Der Esch had surgery on his neck, and it's hard to say, and I'm sure he'll be back, but it may be one of those let's take it easy a little bit, see how it's gonna go kind of thing. So, but I'm
gonna look and see right now. I was gonna see what most people have these teams doing. For the Vikings and the Cowboys, I want to see what most people are doing mock draft wise.
I'm curious if Cowboys, and I mean, it might sound crazy. I'm curious if they'll look for another offensive tackle because, and this is why I said it, and this is coming from a huge Tyron Smith fan. Tyron Smith was not the Tyron Smith we all know last
Right.
season. He just wasn't. I don't know that he had that injury. He came back, and I mean, it wasn't a surprise to see a DN get around him, and I hate that. So I'm curious if we'll go that route or not. I could see it happening, but then again, I could see us saying, you know what? No, we trust you. You know, shit happens. Let's
Oh,
get back out and work.
for
So
sure. This mock draft, it's a CBS Sports one, has them going corner, which I think everyone expects. Has the Vikings going corner and wide receiver, which sounds right because we never draft offensive linemen early for some reason. Or when we do, it's like we did last year, where the year before we drafted Pat Elflein, and he was an all rookie player, made a Pro Bowl. And then we drafted another center in the first round the next year because fuck you, right? So we
mhm.
slid Pat Elflein to guard, and oh, he fucking sucks at guard because he's a center. That's his position. Shocker. Like, there were tackles and guards available, but we're going to pick a second center because fuck you. I don't know what our deal is with drafting offensive linemen. I really don't. We're bad.
Well, from what I'm seeing with that 17 pick, they're saying Cowboys getting Trayvon Diggs, cornerback out of Alabama.
See, it depends on where you look, because I've been seeing people have Trayvon Diggs not even go in the first round, and I've seen people have him go in the top 10.
This is by a, a looks like a pretty
Oh,
well-known
for sure.
fan post on the Cowboys themselves.
Right. No, no, I agree. I'm just saying, I've
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, for
seen a
sure.
lot of
Oh, here it is.
wild.
USA Today 2020 draft.
What the fuck?
This is 5 wide receiver prospects the Cowboys must consider after signing Amari.
What the fuck is weird? I don't know. I still like the idea. Let me know how you feel about this. Of the Cowboys convincing Dak to sign the franchise tag
Hmm.
and then just drafting a quarterback. Do what I said the Rams should have done. Let Dak go the next year and just run it back with a young guy. That way you're not paying him that much and you can build a team. Look at the teams that have been in the Super Bowl other than the Patriots, because fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Other than the Patriots, it's always a team where they're not paying the quarterback any money. And they can just build an amazing team because they're not spending $50 million on a quarterback every year.
Well, let's see. You know what? I have it pulled up. This is Bleacher Report's full. This is Matt Miller. This is
Okay.
full first round mock draft. Let's just go through that. Let's just go through this. And I think this could be like the ending thing.
Okay.
See, first round, first pick. Obviously, you got the Bengals.
Joe
Obviously,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow, 100%.
I
That's gonna
don't think
happen.
he's the best quarterback in this draft. I don't think he's
I don't.
even the
I don't.
second
I don't.
best,
I
but
don't either. But it's gonna happen.
yeah. I have Justin Herbert and Tua above him.
Let's see.
That's just
The
me.
second pick is the Redskins, and they have them picking defensive end Chase Young out of Ohio State.
Smart pick.
Very smart pick. Can see that. Detroit Lions with the third, picking Jeff Okuda, which is a cornerback out of Ohio State. Uh, they need a quarterback, especially after losing
Darius
Big Play
Slay.
Slay.
They did sign Desmond Trufant, though, the Falcons guy. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Um,
What did the Giants do it for?
the Giants. Isaiah Simmons, which is a linebacker out of Clemson. I remember him playing. I'm trying to think of who the Giants have at their linebacker spots right now. I'm gonna assume it'd be a good pick.
Yeah,
But
the Giants have no linebackers. Their best linebacker is Alec Ogletree, who's 33 and
yeah,
hasn't been good for 5 years.
yeah, with the fifth pick, which is Miami Tua,
Tua,
which
it's got to
I,
be
I
Tua.
see. I see that. The Chargers at 6. He has Justin Herbert being picked up by the Chargers.
Well, I think
I
that's going to depend on whether they
I
sign
can
Cam or
see
not.
that. Yeah, I can see that though.
Because they might run Tyrod, and if they run Tyrod and choose not to pick up Cam, Justin Herbert's a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
If they do pick up Cam, though, they're not going quarter. There's no way.
Let's see. They have 7th pick which is the Panthers, picking up a defensive lineman, Derek Brown out of Auburn. I mean that'd be good for him, especially help him on that line now losing, regardless with what he did. Losing Gerald McCoy.
I think their bigger need's going to be linebacker, though. They lost Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
So
that's right. I forgot about Kuechly leaving. Let's see. Cardinals. They got Cardinals picking up offensive tackle out of Iowa, Tristan Wirfs. I've seen him play. That would be a great pick, especially for Kyler Murray for sure.
Can he fall to number 22?
Tyler Wirfs that dude is a hell of with the 9th pick, Jaguars, they got defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw, South Carolina. I actually don't know a lot about him.
I don't know a lot about him, but I know that the Jaguars need help everywhere.
He looks like a skinny speed guy, though, so
they need something. They lost Calais The Jaguars have, I think, 3 players left from their AFC Championship team now. Like, they're full rebuild. I think getting good D linemen. I mean, how do you build an NFL team? You got to get your quarterback. That's first. Got to get your guy. Then the next 2 steps is protect him and find someone who can go get them. You need so building the defensive line smart, especially if you think Gardner Minshew can be your guy. That's a great pick.
Let's see, 10th pick, which is something I've never seen before. Cleveland Browns. Obviously, an offensive tackle, Jedrick Wills Jr. out of Alabama. If they went anything other than if Cleveland goes anything other than offensive line, the first 2 picks they have,
they're fucking dumb.
I'm sorry, they're dumb.
Yeah.
That I have been saying that the only way Cleveland has the pieces, they just do not have an O-line. They get an O be a dominant force in the league, I swear. And this is coming from someone.
The only way I see them not going that way, the only way I see them not going O-line is if they make a trade with the Redskins to get Trent Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Even if they don't give up their first round pick, like they give up a 3rd and a 4th for Trent Williams, then it's like, okay, go get a linebacker or something, because you've at least shored up part of it. Like you can trust Trent Williams on the left side to just hold that shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Jets at 11. I don't see. I don't have the Bleacher Report mock draft. Let me find it.
Has them picking up an offensive tackle, Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. And then the Las Vegas Raiders at 12, picking up wide receiver Henry Ruggs III out of Bama. Which, I mean, if you're picking up a wide receiver from Bama, you're safe there. With the 13th pick for the 49ers, given to them by Indianapolis, they have them picking up Jerry Jeudy, a wide receiver out of Bama. Tampa Bay. This is an interesting one. They have them picking up offensive tackle Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. That's definitely going to be interesting now, seeing with Brady being there.
Makes sense though.
Especially, I mean, with Brady being a pocket QB, I mean, they're going to have to focus on that.
Right.
Denver with the 15th pick. They have them getting CD Lamb, which everyone knows, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. I think that dude would make an impact regardless of where he went. So
I want him in Minnesota, but I don't think there's a way. There's so many guys that I want in Minnesota, but we were too good and don't have a high enough pick to get them.
Let's see. The Falcons at 16, they have them getting cornerback CJ Henderson out of Florida. I could see that. That's a great shutdown quarterback.
See what I mean?
I mean that.
Some of these mock drafts have Trayvon Diggs falling so far.
Let's see, Dallas at 17. Who they got? They got an edge, Clavon Chasen out of LSU.
Hmm.
Okay, I could see that. A speedy, just kind of do it all kind of defender. I can see that.
Yeah.
18, Miami via Pittsburgh, going with Josh Jones, which is an offensive tackle out of Houston. Which again, especially if they get Tua, they're going to need someone to protect them.
Yeah. That's they're
Because
doing the thing. Get
I
yours
can't.
and then protect
Who
it.
was it? Who was it that Miami got? That they got from Chicago? That offensive tackle that was just
No clue.
absolute garbage.
No clue.
They need a tackle, and I think that would be good. That's a good pick for them.
Oh yeah.
100%. 19, the Raiders via, was that Chicago? My computer's being a dumb. Give me a second. Let's see. Xavier McKinney, which is a safety out of Bama.
Okay.
20, Jacksonville from the Rams. Offensive tackle, Austin Jackson of Southern California. Philly at 21. They got wide receiver Justin Jefferson of LSU. That'd be a good pick for them, as much as I hate that. Minnesota at 22. They have them picking up cornerback Jeff Gladney out of TCU.
Who the fuck is that? I've looked. Jeff Gladney. All right. I'll look into this while we keep going.
It looks like it's just to find the replacement after losing Stephon.
Well,
it says he has fantastic press cover, and he plays much bigger than his 5'10",
191.
New England, they have them picking an edge of Yetur Gross Matos out of Penn State.
I guess.
New Orleans at 24. Jordan Love, QB out of Utah State. Which
doesn't make sense.
I mean, you get rid of Bridgewater, and
but
who admit, I love Drew Brees. Don't get me wrong.
What's his fucking name? Taysom Hill. They've already said that's the guy they want as the QB of the future. That's why they let Teddy leave.
You think though?
They think he's going to be really good. I don't see the Saints going QB here.
Minnesota again at 25.
Yeah.
Defensive line AJ Epinesa out of Iowa. I don't know anything about him.
Why? Okay, unless I missed it and totally blanked. That's 2 picks. We could have just picked up Kenneth Murray.
Yeah, well, Miami at 26 via Houston, picking up running back DeAndre Swift out of Georgia.
Okay.
So they don't even have Kenneth. Kenneth Murray still hasn't gone off the board yet.
That makes no sense.
27 with Seattle. Safety Jeremy Chin out of Southern Illinois. Ran a 4.4 on his 40 and a 41-inch vert at 6'3", 221. That's an athlete. Baltimore. Here it is. Baltimore linebacker Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's still one guy on the board that makes no sense why he'd still be on the board. Unless I actually did miss it.
Who?
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs was up there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Let me go back.
I swear I didn't hear his name.
I
swear I've been paying attention.
Let me go back. I'm gonna have to be going back a little bit.
I don't think you said his name.
Yeah, I'm having to go back quite a bit.
He didn't go in the top 10. I know that.
I'm like 90% sure I said his name.
I'm pretty sure we said his name, but not in he got in this mock. I don't think he's gone yet.
I swear I said his name.
Him and Kenneth Murray are falling super late for some reason, and it makes no sense.
I know I said his name.
You're wrong, my friend.
I'm going back through one more time.
You didn't say his name.
Wow, you're right. That's crazy. And I agree with that. That's crazy.
I don't see him or Kenneth Murray falling out of the top 20. I really don't.
All right. Let's get back. Let's see. We did Minnesota's 25th pick.
We went through 30.
I think we're at 28 or 29. There's
30
Kenneth
was
Murray.
Kenneth
29
Murray.
is 10. Here we go. Yep. 29 Tennessee. Well, computer's still being a dumb. Cornerback Jalen Johnson out of Utah. That's a good pick. I saw him play. Definitely a good pick for them.
And a couple people say him to Minnesota. I'd be down with that.
Green Bay at 30. Wide receiver Denzel Mims out of Baylor. Apparently he ran a 4.3, so that's a wow.
He's a little speedster.
Don't know why they have him going low at that, but okay. 31 with the 49ers. Interior offensive lineman Cesar Ruiz out of Michigan. And then 32, your Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, going with linebacker Patrick Queen out of LSU.
Okay, if Trayvon Diggs doesn't get drafted in the first round, I'm gonna fucking
let's see.
cry.
They just have the list of the second round. Let's see. I'm just looking to see Trayvon Diggs. They have Trayvon Diggs going at 42 to the Jaguars.
There's no way, dude. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe he falls 10 picks into the second round. There's no fucking way.
They have that. Why would this had to have been well, no, I guess it makes sense. I was gonna say they have Jalen Hurts, which is a name. They have him going at 34 to Indianapolis, and I was gonna say why would they do that? But I guess it makes sense with who knows how much longer Phillip Rivers is really gonna be playing.
And I think they're working on trading Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
And I think Jalen Hurts is not a terrible prospect.
No, I think he's first round.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Because, again, there's two things about him. In Alabama, he didn't do much. He was just kind of the don't make mistakes guy. Then he went to Oklahoma, and yes, he put up huge numbers, but so has every quarterback who's ever played at Oklahoma. That's how that works.
Let's just go through and look at the remainder picks for the Minnesota and Dallas.
Sure.
Dallas at 51, a defensive line, Ross Blacklock at a TCU.
Two defense. Well, I guess the edge doesn't technically have to be a defensive lineman, but still.
Vikings at 58, cornerback Cameron Dantzler at Mississippi State.
You're telling me I don't. We'd go offensive line there. We'd have to.
Third round.
Sure.
Cowboys at 82, wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones out of Michigan.
Cowboys going receiver doesn't fit.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Not
Vikings
that early.
at 89, an edge Jabari Zuniga out of Florida.
No, I don't agree.
Vikings again at 105, wide receiver Isaiah Hodgkins at Oregon State.
Okay, we lost Diggs. Our second best receiver right now is Chad Beebe. It makes sense.
Round 4, Cowboys at 123, cornerback Lamar Jackson out of Nebraska. What a name.
Well, I've heard great things about Lamar Jackson.
Vikings at 132. Safety Tanner Muse at Clemson.
You're telling me through 4 rounds we don't go offensive line once? Bleacher Report. All right, we're done. No, we're not going through the rest of this list. Bleacher Report doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
We're at round 5. We're going through it. Vikings at 155. QB Anthony Gordon out of Washington State.
What the fuck is Bleacher Report talking about right now?
Cowboys at 164. Offensive tackle Hakeem Adeniji out of Kansas.
So Cowboys get 1 cornerback? Oh, sure, bud. They have
Then
none.
to end the 5th round, Cowboys tight end Dalton Keene out of Virginia Tech. Round 6.
Let me guess, Minnesota. What do we need the least?
Vikings at 201. Linebacker Cameron Brown, Penn State.
Of fucking course. Sure.
Oh, here you go. Vikings at 5. Offensive tackle Trey Adams out of Washington.
So we're gonna wait until the end of the 6th round to draft an offensive lineman.
And then that's
fuck off, Bleacher Report. Just fuck right the fuck off.
Round 7. Vikings running back Patrick Taylor Jr. out of Memphis.
Why? We have 3 starter caliber running backs. We don't need anyone else. We have Dalvin. We have Mike.
Here we go.
We have Alexander Madison. We don't need this shit.
Here it comes for me at 231. The linebacker Cowboys David Woodward out of Utah State.
There you go.
No idea who that is.
You're getting your linebacker though, bro. There you go.
Vikings at 249. Tight end Jacob Breland out of Oregon.
Why? What? I think at this point they're just like, okay, here's a name, throw it at this team, because none of those picks make any fucking sense.
Vikings at 253. Interior offensive lineman Yasir Durant from Missouri.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. And then that is the end of this mock draft.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Bleacher Report, fire the man who made that draft.
I think I agree with I agree with the majority of the first round and just a tad bit of the second round, but anything after that, I don't see how.
I agree with some of the positional choices that this guy made at certain spots, but I don't agree with the actual players that are going there.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have Trayvon Diggs going. That's
like they have 5 corners getting picked in the first round, and none of them are Trayvon Diggs. Fuck off.
Yeah.
They have 4 linebackers going ahead of Kenneth Murray. Fuck off.
Yeah, I still don't see that either. We'll see.
I guess. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to call it there. That is a 55-minute episode. So there you go.
Have fun editing, man.
It didn't freeze at all, so there's no editing to do. I'm just gonna throw this bitch up there.
Have fun uploading.
For sure. All right. Peace out, nerd.
All right.